Gypsy-Rose Blanchard says she immediately informed her parole officer of her 11-week pregnancy announcement on Tuesday, July 9. In a YouTube video announcing her pregnancy, Blanchard, 32, revealed that she is expecting her first child with boyfriend Ken Urker in January 2025. In the video, she stated, "This was totally unexpected and not planned at all. But we're both very excited to take on this new journey of parenthood." A little over 6 months after being released from prison for her involvement in her violent mother's 2015 death, Blanchard made the statement. Check out People's cover story on Gypsy-Rose Blanchard's Ready for Freedom prison release after killing her mother. Blanchard talked about her pregnancy journey in an exclusive interview with People a few hours after making the YouTube announcement. She mentioned her parole officer in the interview. "I let my parole officer know that I was pregnant immediately when I found out, because I keep my parole officer in the loop about everything, even personal stuff," she explains. "But it doesn't affect anything to do with my parole," she continues. "I am still on parole for another 11 months. Following her release from jail, Blanchard has experienced both highs and lows with her newfound freedom and choices. She dyed her hair and got matching tattoos with Urker soon after divorcing her now estranged husband, Ryan Anderson, whom she married while incarcerated. Blanchard, who had previously been engaged to Urker, resumed their relationship after declaring her separation from Anderson in March. After ending their engagement in 2019, Blanchard married Anderson in 2022 while she was still incarcerated. In April, she filed for Anderson's divorce. Urker relocated from Texas to Louisiana on June 3 in order to be near her. Negative effect on my mental health. Gypsy-Rose Blanchard's reaction to media attention following prison release. Blanchard, who was abused by her mother, TD, for years, is now talking about her aspirations to be a good mother to her future child. In her emotional YouTube announcement, Blanchard states, "I want to give this baby everything that I wanted in a mother. I am happy to be a mother now, and all I want to do is be a good mother to my child," she continues. "I aspire to be all that my mother wasn't." Would you want to read the most recent coverage of crimes? For updates on current trials, details on interesting unsolved cases, and breaking crime news, subscribe to People's free true crime newsletter. Despite her personal upbringing, Blanchard insists she is sure she can be a good parent. The question, do you think that because of what you went through, you're going to do it to your kids? You know what? I ask, definitely not. She had previously stated, "I know what not to do now. In that regard, I'm not worried about my parenting." Lifetime broadcasts Gypsy-Rose. Life After Lockup Mondays at 9/8C. Lifetime will broadcast the season finale on July 22 at 9/8C. In Lake Charles, Louisiana, Gypsy-Rose Blanchard locked herself in her restroom. When her 36-year-old husband, Ryan Anderson, knocked on the door late at night, she was terrified and struggling to gather herself. "Give me access." According to Blanchard's close buddy, who is sharing his version of events with People, "Let me in," he allegedly screamed. The 32-year-old Blanchard was concerned that the situation might worsen. Blanchard hurriedly contacted a cousin to come get her as Anderson allegedly hammered harder. She was aware that her 2-year marriage was coming to an end. "He got in her face and screamed," says 22-year-old tattoo artist and close friend Nadea Vizier, who is disclosing what she claims caused Blanchard and Anderson to abruptly part ways in late March, 3 months after her release from prison. Check out People's cover story on Gypsy-Rose Blanchard's Ready for Freedom prison release following her mother's murder. Gypsy expressed her fear that he would strike her. He didn't, but her mother had experienced that in the past. Her initial reaction was to tense up and become ready. However, she managed to reach safety and also called her attorney. She told me it was particularly frightening because Ryan is a large guy. After several tries, People were unable to contact Anderson. Mike Stanfield, Blanchard's defense lawyer, did not reply. In order to start over, Blanchard packed up her things before daybreak and drove for hours back to her father Rod's and stepmother Christie's house in Cut-Off, Louisiana. While Blanchard was serving nearly 8 years in prison for conspiring to kill her mother, Dee Blanchard, in June 2015 with her then-boyfriend Nicholas "Nick" Gojon, who was given a life sentence without the possibility of parole, Blanchard and Anderson were married in a jailhouse ceremony in June 2022, 2 years ago. Gypsy and I have always been very open and honest with each other, Anderson confirmed to PUBLEN,